Hello everyone and welcome to your own channel Doodle Your Dreams. I am back with another topic of communication today, which is a very common problem we all face. What is that? When I start talking in English, I tend to forget the words. Words are not coming to my mind, but when I am writing, I can write it well. So why is that happening? Rather than randomly searching for solutions, try to understand the problem. How have you learned your own mother tongue from your childhood? Or how does a child learns a particular language, especially his or her mother tongue? How does he learn that? When a child learns to speak in a more or less expressive way, he doesn't know the grammar, he doesn't know how to write, he doesn't know how to read in that particular language. Without knowing all these things, he is able to speak in that language. Also, if a person is illiterate, that means he doesn't know to write in a particular language. Still, he can speak fluently in that language. So, what is our message? That to learn a particular language, that is to speak in a particular language, you don't have to think so much complicated. The main thing that you need is listening to that language. Now the problem is, why are we not able to learn English or speak in English even though we have so much advantages over that child? We know how to read, we understand English, we know the basic grammar of English. So a child doesn't know all these things, still he learns a particular language. And even after knowing how to read, write, understand English, we are not able to speak in English, or we are not comfortable speaking in English. Why is that happening? The reason is very simple. When a child learns a particular language, he is listening to that language all the time. He is observing his parents, his relatives, his friends, his brothers or sisters speaking in that language, and he is trying to interact with them. So, our brain will learn a language when we are giving time to that language. Our brain is all the time listening to that particular language. So, listening is very important to learn a particular language. Yes, and apart from listening, we can do some other things also, because we have the advantage of doing that. So for learning to speak in English well, you don't just need to practice English. That is obviously important. But apart from that, you need to do some other things also. The first thing is listening to English. The second thing is reading in English. And the third thing is writing in English. Okay, so I have told three things: listening, reading, and writing in English. Because we cannot create an environment around us that all the people around us will be speaking in English. You cannot tell your parents that you start speaking in English with me, or you cannot tell your relatives you all start speaking in English with me so that I can learn first. Or you cannot go to a foreign land suddenly to make your English speaking good. So you have to create artificial environment. What is that artificial environment? Listening to that particular language. Now what to listen? What to read? What to write? Yes, that is a question. One simple trick you can follow, or one simple way you can follow, where you can do all these things together. I'll give you an example. Watch any video or any movie. It's better to take any short video. Let's say a motivational video in English, obviously in English, and you don't need to go for very complicated videos. Try to choose a simple video in English. It can be a motivational video by your favorite speaker. It can be a stand-up comedy. It can be a cartoon also. It can be a celebrity speaking about something. Choose anything in YouTube and watch that video. Now, after watching that video, obviously when you are watching, you are listening to it also. Try to listen to it 2 to 3 times. Then write about that video. What have you learned from that video? Okay, then you are writing that, and after writing, just make a small summary about what you have learned from that video. Then after writing that, you start practicing to speak on it. First you hold the paper, see it, and then say it. After practicing 2 to 3 times, you must keep the paper aside and speak without looking at the paper. So what is the process? We are listening to something or watching something, then we are writing about it, then we are speaking on it. So all the things are happening is in a cycle. So what is the cycle? Let's see once. So yes, I guess you all have understood that to practice English or speaking in English, only speaking is not enough. You have to spend time with that language so that your brain gets accustomed with that language. Because all the time you are listening to your local language, be it Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, Gujarati, Tamil, Telugu, whatever. You are listening to your local language all the time. And suddenly you have to speak in English in an interview. So your brain will not get accustomed with that language. It is accustomed to that Marathi, Hindi, Bengali or some other things. So you have to allow your brain get accustomed to a particular language, which is English. To get accustomed, you have to do these things: listening, reading, writing, and then speaking. You can choose anything to listen and anything to read. It doesn't need to be a news channel or newspaper only. You choose anything which gives you like motivation, which you like reading, which you like listening. At the end of the day, you will get at least 10 minutes for this exercise. So just before going to sleep, you can put your earphones on and listen to something. So you must listen to something which you like to listen. Don't do it as a compulsion. Do it with a lot of happiness and energy. Then only it will be a good learning exercise. Today's take-home message is to speak in English well. Start from today. Listening, reading, writing, and then speaking. Do at least one of these things every day and make a note in your diary. What have you done? I guess these tips will be really helpful for you. So don't forget to subscribe my channel, like and share it, and also write in the comment box whatever views you have about my video. Thanks all of you. See you again in my next video.